Vlogmas day something 15, 16. I don't know, 15. So yesterday went to this bar, Undisputed Craft House. Well, I uploaded a short vlog thing for it. I wanted to record a lot more, but I got busy sampling beer and eating some free appetizers, and the whole thing was this Yelp event, which was organized by a friend of mine. Her name's Lisa, and she has a pretty cool job where she puts together these Yelp events here in El Paso, and yeah, it's like pretty much like she gets paid to put together these these small events, party-like things, and but I had never been to that bar before, Undisputed Craft House. Of course, they have a lot of craft beer, which I like, but actually I hadn't, before yesterday, I didn't, last time I had any kind of craft beer was like more than 6 months ago or 7 months ago, I think. Yeah. Just mostly because, well, I do like craft beer, but it's also pretty pricey. We're talking about $7, $8, $9 a pint, and it's like, some of them aren't even like a full pint. They give, because the beer is like so strong, so they give it to you in a smaller glass. I believe some of them are called like tulip glasses or something. So yeah, the way I see it, it's like, yeah, every now and then I don't mind a good strong craft beer. But however, I feel like if I'm gonna pay $7 to $9 for any beer, I want to be able to get my money's worth. By which I expect for like $7, I want to be able to get at least like 2 to 3 beers. Got interrupted because I got notified of a Panda Express order and had to take it. So I believe I mentioned before, and maybe a couple of the other vlogs, with Panda Express, I just gotta go there, give them the customer's name, and they give me the order, and then that's it. I just take it to the customer and deliver it, drop it off, all that good stuff. So yeah, I delivered it to her. I think he looked like a teenager. I don't know, he could have also been in his 20s, like early 20s, possibly even like barely 20 or 21. So I think I also mentioned before that teenagers rarely tip, or like pretty much I never expect to be tipped by teenagers. But sometimes they do surprise me. In fact, I think I barely got tipped for a Panda Express order I delivered sometime last week. And so that's how it goes. I don't know, as far as when it comes to like tips, it does help. Like, I guess as a customer, like, you never really think about how, most people, I believe most customers who order food from, however you order it, whether it's through an app or over the phone, or everybody's familiar with tipping the pizza delivery guy, right? I mean, I would assume most people are familiar with that. So, and usually when the pizza delivery guy shows up with your food, with your pizza, it's common courtesy, right, to tip him. Although I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't even tip pizza delivery guys. But I don't know. I think it's more common. Like, people are used to tipping the pizza delivery guy. But when it comes to other stuff, like if somebody delivers you Panda Express or Jack in the Box or something that you order through an app, I think it's more like majority of people aren't used to tipping that kind of delivery driver, or because for whatever reason, I don't know, they it's, I don't know, they're not able to make a similar connection between a pizza delivery guy, a pizza delivery person, and a delivery person who delivers you, say, Panda Express. I don't know, that's what I think. But I'm saying what I'm essentially trying to get across is tips definitely help. Whether you tip a delivery person, whether you tip your waiter, server at some restaurant or bar, definitely tip if you can, and leave a big tip if you can. Because, more often than not, it does help people. It does definitely. Me speaking from experience, it definitely helps me out. Because there's been times when, there's been more than a handful of times when I was like, I really needed some extra gas money or something like that. And, I'd start to become a little worried because, I'd be like, man, I don't know where I'm going to get some extra gas money. And then I open the app, the Postmates driver app, and I check my account, and then, there's been some times when I look at it and, I see nobody's tipped. And then a couple of days go by, and I get like one tip, like a $3 or $4 tip. And like, wow, that's great, Except, like, I can't really cash out. Well, no, I can't cash out unless, like, my account balance has to be a minimum of $5 so I can cash out what I've earned. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you tip big, customers who tip big, I definitely remember them. I don't forget them. And in fact, if I end up delivering to them again, I remember who they are, and I try to be extra polite when I hand them their food and all that. Sometimes I even like drop in a couple of mints. So before, I used to put mints in every order I delivered. But it really didn't help with tips that much. I found that it only helped me with, as far as like the repeat customers, the customers that I know, pretty much the customers that always tip me, like every time I've delivered to them. And I drop in a couple of mints in the bag and whatnot. And those are the ones that, that I feel deserve a little extra something from me as a delivery person. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I can only cash out when my account balance is a minimum of $5. So, and there's been some times when I wake up and I check, and all of a sudden I notice, hey, someone tipped me $10, $15, $20, and I'm like, oh man, that's awesome. That's great, because then I know, I'll have gas money. I can continue to budget out my gas money. That's my biggest expense doing this job, being a delivery guy for Postmates and being an independent delivery guy. And so yeah, I'm saying, if you're watching this and you're not used to tipping your delivery person or wait staff, I'm saying, it really helps out. Especially like around this time, the holiday season. I mean, you wouldn't believe how much tips help out. It's a fact. It's a fact. It's not a myth. It's not. I know I've heard some people say I've even seen some comedians joke about it, where they make some joke about they figure that, wait a minute, why should I tip someone for bringing me my food? Why should I pay them more when they're already getting paid to deliver my food? And I mean, that's, first of all, I don't like those kinds of jokes. I mean, it doesn't really offend me. It's just yeah, I guess because I have experience with being a delivery guy, and I mean, it's like yeah, you could joke about it. You could say, oh, they're getting paid whether I tip them or not. Yeah, we are, but we're getting shit pay. That's what it is. I figure, it's common courtesy. If you're able to tip, fine. Definitely do it. If you can't, then hey, just go pick up the food yourself. So I'm saying I've heard a lot of people say that too. I mean, not to me, but I mean in general, my relatives, some of my friends. They say, man, it's just cheaper for me to just go get my own food, and I tell them, yeah, I agree. So just keep on doing that. It's no skin off my nose, if you don't want your food delivered. I mean, hey, that's cool. It's a free country, all that. So. But yeah, so I don't know how much longer I'm gonna wait for the next order. I kind of passed on a Jack in the Box order. Well, not really, because I was busy driving. I was driving back here after dropping off the Panda Express order, and I wasn't able to. I'm not a multitasker really. I mean, most of the time. So when I'm driving, it's like I can only either I focus on driving or I focus on something else and risk crashing. But yeah, so I don't know. And most of the time, I often wonder, when I pass on a certain order, I wonder about who's the other driver that doesn't pass on it, and I want to know what their shoe size is, and no, not really. I've yet to have. Well, no, there's been a couple times when I've had kind of long conversations with other drivers. I know that's never really. I mean, kind of fruitful conversations, and okay, so I just delivered a Jack in the Box order, and actually, I ended up delivering it to a customer that I've delivered to maybe 3 or 4 times before. I know no more than 3 before. Well, now 4 technically. So, but yeah, I delivered to him, and every time, no tip. Every single time, no tip. I remember too, because that particular customer actually lives on the street right behind where I live. So I mean, obviously, I'm not going to say the exact address, but I remember because that's the street right behind where I live. I remember the name of the street. It's not that hard to forget. It's roughly the same neighborhood. And also, I remember because, yeah, every other time he never tipped me. So I'm not expecting a tip. And yeah, so even though I think most of the time his wife answers the door, his wife or girlfriend. And yeah, she's always pretty nice and polite when I hand her the food and all that. And but I know that's, because the name on the account, it's, well, I don't know if I should say his name. I'm not going to say his last name. I don't even really know his last name because I don't have access to that. But Jesus. Jesus. Yes, Jeebus. Jeebus. Jesus never tips. So, yeah. Because of that, every time I deliver to Jesus, I always give him, again, even though his wife or girlfriend is the one that answers, yeah, I'm polite. I'm, never rude to any customer. But like I was saying earlier, if I deliver to a repeat customer and I know that they've tipped me before, I'm going to go that extra mile. I'm going to be as extra polite as I can. And I'm going to, like I said, include some mints in their bag, in their order. Mints, which, by the way, I purchase, not mints that I get at any restaurant. So, yeah. Mints that I pay for out of my own pocket. I mean, which they're not that expensive, like $1 or so per bag of mints. But I'm saying, so, Jesus has never tipped me. Which I realize how weird or ironic that may sound, but it's the truth. Jesus has never tipped me. Yes. So yeah, I'm pretty sure he'll never watch this. So that does it for this Vlogmas vlog. Yeah, I just sum it all up by saying, don't be like Jesus. I mean, the guy Jesus I just told you about who never tips. Yeah. If you want to be like the other Jesus who, believed in showing compassion towards his fellow man, fellow human, yeah, definitely be like that Jesus. Don't be like the Jesus that doesn't tip. Yes. No. Yes. No. I'm sure you get it. So that's it. Thanks for watching. As always, next time, don't forget, keep it real, keep on rocking, and peace.